What's going on, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Ihsahn entitled Eremita. This is released on Candlelight Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with Ihsahn, you may best remember him as the frontman, guitarist, keyboardist, multi-instrumentalist behind the band Emperor. They were a very, very influential Norwegian black metal band. Influential for the fact that they added that symphonic orchestral element to their sound, and really they made some very, very memorable music. But since that band's folding, their frontman, Ihsahn, has gone on to make a very, very formidable solo career. And in the course of his solo works existence, he's made about 4 albums. The first 2 albums, The Adversary and Angle, were very, very, very good. It showed the complexities that he could create outside of his old band. And really, it's hard to classify what kind of style Ihsahn is, this project, because you can't really label a genre tag on it. You can hear some black metal, you can also hear some death metal, some avant-garde elements, some progressive metal, some extreme metal, modern and melodic metal. It's just an amazing, amazing blending of styles and genres, but only Ihsahn can make it work. But then we get to his 3rd album, After. That album was really the album that really introduced me to him and to all of his other works. Just absolutely mind-blowing, not only because of the diversity in his music, but also because of that damn saxophone. That just threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting it. I heard that one song, A Grave Inversed, or whatever it's called. That song just blew my mind. I was absolutely floored, and the rest of that album floored me as well. So it only made me wonder what was going to be the next chapter in his solo project. Now 2012 has arrived. We get to Eremita. It's 9 tracks and it runs about 52.5 minutes. And I want to say it sort of picks up right where After had left off. It starts off very, very melodic, but then it slowly takes its time to getting very, very heavy and very, very crushing. This is an album that really is going to take a lot of zigs and zags, but once you get finished with the journey, you're going to come across something absolutely beautiful and something very, very amazing. Guitar-wise, the guitar work here is very, very complex and varied. I love the way that it shifts from being very calm and melodic to almost heavy and crushing, very, very memorable. Take the opening track, Arrival. There's a really, really solid, complex guitar solo on there. I really love the way that it's played. And even there's a guest spot from the great Jeff Loomis. He does a solo on the track, The Eagle and the Snake. His solo is really, really good. But overall, the guitar work here is very, very fluid and complex. I love the way that it sounds. Bass-wise, it's a very, very nice bass tone. I like the way that it's mixed. It's nothing overly loud or underproduced. It works extremely well. I love the way that it feels. Very, very good solid tone, audible throughout. I love the way that it feels. Drum-wise, the drums continue the kind of style that they showed off on After. It knows when to be very, very melodic and methodical, to where it's just ridiculously crazy and ridden with blast beats. It's just amazing. I mentioned the song A Grave Inversed. The track The Paranoid basically seems like a companion piece to that song because it sort of feels similar. Those heavy, heavy blast beats and drum fills just sound really, really good. I love the way the drums sound on that song, but all throughout, the variation of speeds is just really, really good. It's a very, very nicely mixed drum performance. I love the speed. I love the factors of everything. To the orchestral elements of this of this album. I think it's amazing. It's not distracting to me. It feels very, very vital to the story of this album being told. It's very, very heavy. It's crushing. It's appropriate. It's very appropriate for this style of album, and I think it works beautiful here. And the saxophone, the same saxophonist who was on the last album appears on this album, and whenever his saxophone appears, it's just beautiful. It's amazing. I mean, you hear it on the track The Eagle and the Snake, then you hear it on songs like, I want to say Something Out There, In the Grave. You hear it very, very dominant, and it's very, very good. I love the way that the saxophone is. I don't know how some others may feel about a saxophone in metal, but it's always, always an incredible accompaniment to any kind of metal, in my opinion. And of course, we get to the vocals. You get your usual Ihsahn rugged, raspy highs. He has that rasp in his voice. It just sounds really, really heavy and commanding. But also, you have his very, very catchy melodic singing. I really love the way his cleans sound. They just sound really, really heartfelt and emotional. And speaking of vocals, if I'm not mistaken, Devin Townsend appears on the track Introspection. You can easily recognize his voice. I think his voice and Ihsahn's vocals work well together. And if I'm not mistaken, on the final track on this album, his wife, I don't remember her name, but his wife appears to do some operatic kind of singing. I think it works really, really nice. But the vocals altogether are just absolutely amazing. So overall, to me, this is probably the best thing Ihsahn has done under his solo project. It's very, very complex. It's very, very heavy. It's incredibly diverse in the kind of music styles it sets out to accomplish. I think any Ihsahn fan will enjoy this. Yeah, I think this is an awesome album, and I look forward to getting this in my hands as soon as I can, if ever I'm able to rush to a store to buy it. It's a great, great record, and I recommend this to anybody who's a fan of Emperor, early Emperor, current Emperor, or Ihsahn's past solo works. It's just awesome. Some of my favorite songs include Arrival, The Paranoid, the epic song The Eagle and the Snake, and Something Out There. Some really, really great stuff. So, again, the album is Eremita by Ihsahn. This is released on Candlelight Records. Go pick this up. And as far as the score is concerned, I'm going to give it an 8.75 out of 10. Really, really awesome, awesome material. Very, very diverse, complex, and heavy. Only Ihsahn knows how to do it. This is a great, great record. Check out Eremita. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, I'm Miho out.